Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Zade is Okay. I'm Zade. Good week. Another good, honestly chill week. Nothing crazy. Thanks again to everyone that's watching. I appreciate it. I read every single comment. All of your support and stuff has been really nice, and I'm excited to talk again. Yeah, let's do it. I be writing down my topics. I can't lie. By that I mean this is the third one, and I started doing it after the second one. So I'm writing down my topics now, so I feel like I lose track of what I'm saying so consistently that if I don't have like a bubble for like what I was going in trying to talk about, then it kind of just goes all over the place. But well, I guess, okay, I said good week. It was a good week for me, like mentally and everything. I feel pretty good. But performance wise on videos, okay, so I'm an editor. I say this, and I'm going to talk about this later too, but I say this every video, just in the off chance that this is someone's first time watching an episode. So I'm always like trying to preface like who I am in case, so that when I'm saying stuff is not like, completely, I don't know how to word it. It's not without context, basically. I just want to provide context. But the one thing that's kind of been putting me down, or that I've noticed can kind of like disrupt my mood, is when a video I edit for someone doesn't perform well. Because I know it's not necessarily my fault. There's multiple factors. There's a producer of the idea, there's writers helping with it, there's camera people depending on the video, there's the creator themselves, there's the topic of the video, the thumbnail of the video. There's so many factors. But knowing that I'm even part of that factor, especially when I work really, really hard on a video, or I'm like, this video is like, I gave my all into it, and then it doesn't perform super well. It's not like they're not performing at all. Like it's tanking for the channels. But the fact that it's not like, I guess it's like the common feeling of the work and effort that I've put into something not directly translating to like the views or the performance or the audience reception or whatever. And that kind of sucks, that really can dampen the mood. Like the video I was talking about in episode 1, the one that I was trying to work on, had to cancel the Austin trip and all of that. And I was talking about how excited I was for all of the edits I did in it, and like the cool concepts I thought of, and the cool like ideas that I'd experimented with in terms of editing. And the video is just doing meh, which it kind of sucks, because the video is good. The people in the video, great. Like, they were funny. It was entertaining. I found it entertaining throughout. Even after getting all the notes, which was mostly about sound effects, which is interesting. It's one of the first videos where sound effects was such a big priority, I guess, in other videos on the channel, that it stood out when I didn't use as many. But that's a good note. Now I know for future I should, like, when I think I've used too many sound effects, I haven't used enough, kind of type beat. But anyway, that video, I don't know how many views it has, but YouTube has that 1 to 10 system that everyone talks about as like the bane of their existence, both good and bad. It's like, oh yeah, we go to 1 out of 10, that's awesome. And then when the next one's a 2, it's like something went wrong because it's not a 1 anymore. But yeah, I think it performed like 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 or something. And again, it's not the worst. It could have been a 10. But it's also not the best. And with the work and effort I put into it, I kind of, in my head, had this idea, oh, this is going to pop off, right? Like, this is a great video. It's edited well, paced well. The people in it are cool. Like, how is this not going to do super well? And then when it doesn't, I kind of feel like, also because I'm like the backup editor, I'm one of the second editors on the channel, it kind of feels even more my fault, where it's like, oh, maybe if the other editor had edited this, it would have done better. Or maybe if yeah, I mean, I guess it's comparison and feeling like, damn, I thought I did a good job, and there's still comments about the editing. I think that's the thing that like kept my head up, where I was like, oh, people aren't watching this because they can tell the editing's not the usual editor or something like that. But a lot of the comments were like quoting the other editor and be like, oh, like this person is so good at editing. Like I love when they edit videos. They're so funny. Like this joke is amazing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, so obviously they don't know it's me, but I can deal with that. Like that's whatever. As long as they like the editing, that's what matters. Whether they think it's me or someone else, it's like nice, you know, like I made a video that's, or I edited a video that like people weren't like, ew, like this editing sucks or this feels super different. You can tell it's not as good. It was like, I guess it was a factor of the thumbnail, maybe the title combination or whatever, where the video just didn't perform super well. And it's disappointing and it's unfortunate. I mean, that also happened with, I edited a different video. This was for client A. The last one I was talking about was for client B. But for client A, we did a video, again, super proud of. It's like client A, I do 3 videos a week. So it can start to feel mundane at times or repetitive, but especially recently in the past few months, for some reason, I think it's because we have the pre-cutters now. I'm not like as stressed about like time for finishing things. Like I know I'll finish it. Whereas before I knew I would finish it, but I would finish it and I'd have to sacrifice like some of the edits that I'd maybe think of, but I wouldn't have time to do. Whereas now with the pre-cutters, I have a lot more time to go in on edits. So I've been on this like creative wave where I've just been like, oh, okay, this is awesome. Like I have time to do this edit that I just thought of, and now it's there, and you know, it took a few hours, but whatever, it's worth it. And the video is a great video. It's a second part of a series. Part 1 did super well, and the comments love it. It has more likes than most of our other videos, like in reference to the views, but it got age restricted. The video got age restricted, which completely halted the views. Basically stopped. Like as soon as it was age restricted, it just stopped. And even though all the comments are like, this is awesome, like we want to see more, and like they were like quoting stuff that I had edited. I'm like, yes, I love this feeling, like we're on the up. This is gonna be like a 1 or 2 out of 10. And then it gets age restricted, all the views stop, and now it's like I don't even know where it's placed, like 8 or 9 maybe. And it's just, damn, like there's nothing I mean, there are things I could have done, but there was no way I could have known to change it. I think I even texted the producer actually being like, I'm worried that this might get age restricted. And we are like, I guess we'll deal with it when it comes to it. But YouTube had just changed a rule about how cutting stuff out that's age restricted works or whatever. So it kind of messed up the whole system, and so we couldn't get the video back without it being age restricted, and so we just have to like eat that, I guess, which again, it sucks, you know, all the momentum from recent videos doing super well, and then for this one to be age restricted, it kind of sucks, but you know, that's part of it. I'm gonna make another video, I'm gonna edit a different video, and I'm gonna enjoy it, and one of them is gonna stand out to me, and that one will do well. You know, I just have to keep doing it, and you know, like anything, I get better each time, and I don't do it for the views, although the views help because of, you know, me being paid, which, you know, I get a percentage of like revenue from videos that I work on for a lot of clients. And so when a video doesn't do well, it's like not just people didn't watch it, but it's also like I'm being directly paid less as a result of this, which is like good because it motivates me to make better videos that people want to watch and like want to come back to see and stuff like that. But the downside is like it hurts like twice as hard now. So it's like it's not just like my mindset being kind of like, or I don't know if ego's the word, I guess it's just my feelings being hurt a little bit from it not performing, but it's also now my bank account hurts because it's not performing. But you know what? That's the depressing stuff out of the way. You know, I'm sure some of you might relate, even if it's not editing, if it's animation and like you work a long time. I know I keep referencing animation. It's just because my roommate does it. So it's kind of in my head. And a lot of my friends also do animation. So it's kind of like naturally the first thing I think of when it's like, what do people work in that's not editing, that's also creative? But for anything, whether it's writing, animation, camera work, whatever, if it's like you work so hard on something and then the views don't directly correlate with your effort, it can hurt. That's the one video on my Instagram, or one of the videos on my Instagram that like popped off for me, that got like, I think it was 1 million or something views, was something that was just such an afterthought. It was just a random, it was an edit of, I'll put it on screen. It was an edit of the Costco guys, but just putting them in Minecraft. And that was the edit. It was like, I've worked years doing editing. I've done a bunch of subtle edits and like put them on my Instagram or TikTok or whatever. But the one that popped off was a random side thought that I spent a little bit of time on. And it's like, damn, like, you know, the effort I put into this does not equate to how many views it got. Like it's ballooned in comparison versus putting a lot of effort into like a breakdown video explaining something and it doesn't perform. But I am getting better at just like acknowledging I have no control over the algorithm. I can do things that can try to help it, whether it's like better thumbnails or better titles or more clickbaity or captions or hooks or whatever. But overall, it's like when I've made the video, all I can do is be proud that I've made something and be even more proud when I put it out, which is what I love about this series so much. You know, it's a rare thing for me to consistently post anything or consistently work on anything that I'm not being rewarded or paid for. So to have this kind of outlet where there's no pressure of me to gain from this, I don't have to worry about like clips on TikTok or whatever. I can just like look back on this video in a year and be like, damn, like that's where I was. Like that was episode 3. A year would be 52 weeks. So I'd be on episode like 58 or something, or 55. And yeah, so just being like 55 episodes in and being like, wow, that's what I was thinking of. That's what I was worried about. That's what I had on my mind at the time. But yeah, anyway, that's, you know, if any of you know what I'm talking about or have experienced this, you're good. It's not your fault. There may have been factors that you could have done to change that. And if there's still time, maybe work on changing it. But if not, you did something, it's out there, you worked on it, your heart was in it, and it's just GG, on to the next. You know, there will be another video, there will be another project. And if there's not another one, then make another one. And then, you know, improve on what didn't work out so much the first time. But this kind of reminds me of a fear I used to have, because I've been editing for so long. I was like 14, or I guess even younger than that. I edited, but like being paid, I started when I was like 14 or 15. I started getting paid for editing, and since then it's kind of been like a sole focus. Is like this, I found something I'm good at that I'm also able to be paid for, that I enjoy doing. Like that, those three, that's a rare thing, right? For you to be paid doing something, but you don't enjoy it, very common. For you to be paid doing something, but you're not that good at it and you don't enjoy it, also kind of makes it like, that's common, right? There's being paid to, or not being paid to do something that you are good at, you know, like the struggling artist or like freelance stuff where it's like, I don't get paid that much, but I am good at this and I enjoy it. Or I don't get paid that much, but I am good at this and I don't really enjoy it. But I've found something that I'm so grateful for, and I'm lucky, where I feel like the three, where I feel like it's something I'm good at, it's something I get paid for, and it's something I enjoy doing every day. Where I'm like, is this just my personality now? It's hard to describe, but when someone asks like, oh, what do you do for fun? When I was in college, I had, I play football, or I go out for drinks with friends, or whatever. Sorry about that. I'll let it pass. I hope they're okay. But yeah, Okay. I said, I hope you're okay. In college, there's like activities that I was like part of when I was part of like teams or whatever. But since moving to America, it's kind of like what I do for fun is editing. When I don't have something to edit, I make something to edit, whether it's a project that like the little guy stuff, or or even this, like I've just made something to edit. Like most of what I do revolves around editing, my love for editing, watching videos about editing, and I'm like, damn, is that all I am? Is that my personality? And I've had this like kind of mental battle before where I thought like I got into boxing for a while because I wanted to have more, like I really just wanted more than just being an editor. And I started collecting Hot Wheels a few years ago, also because I was like, yeah, like this can't be, like I need a second thing. I need a hobby. Like a lot of people, they collect things or they have things that they invest into. And because I'm like very prone to being tight with money, where I don't want to spend money on something that doesn't return something, whether it's nourishment like food, or it's like socially like I'm helping someone, or it's an investment into something like a new computer so I can edit faster, right? That's like, I want to spend money on those things, or like my girlfriend, for example. Sorry to put you in fourth. You're up there with the top three at least. But yeah, like having that, I wanted something like that where I would have like something where I could like make myself like it so much that I could spend money on it. And so I would spend money on Hot Wheels, and I bought Hot Wheels for a while, but then it kind of hit me. I was like, how much do I really like Hot Wheels? Like $2 per Hot Wheel. If I do that like 4 times a month, then I'm just like, okay, I spent $8 a month, but on what? You know? And I think they're cool. I'm glad I have them, and I'm glad I tried. But again, like it never became my thing. And it feels almost like I found my thing too early, which is how would you describe that? It's a blessing. I guess it's like that suffering from success meme where it's like, oh, I'm complaining that I found something that I love that I also get paid for. But I'm worried. I'm like, what's next? Like, where can I go from here? If I've hit my peak, where like, am I just going to be editing till I'm 60? Not that that's a bad thing, again, because I enjoy it. And if I hope I'm able to do it for a long time, but like, what else is there? Like, people have hobbies. They love to draw, they love to read, and like I've tried all these things. I tried to get into drawing, I tried to get more into reading, and all of those things kind of fall flat when it's like, as soon as my other option is editing, I will choose that 90% of the time, like if I can. And it feels like I'm trying to force myself to like things I just might not be built for. And yeah, like meeting someone like at a bar or being introduced by friends or whatever, it's just like, how do I describe myself? I'm an editor, and then what? You know, I don't know. that's just kind of depressing. I thought I would kind of talk myself into a conclusion there, but I think on the other side, I'm very grateful for the things I have, and I honestly think editing and VFX is a cool hobby, or a cool thing to be into. As far as hobbies go, you know, living in LA, it's kind of like, it doesn't stand out because everyone does videography or editing or knows someone who does VFX or whatever. But especially like compared to the broader population of not just America, but like Scotland and things like that, like back home, I feel like it's a pretty unique thing, right? Like I feel like it's not, if it is my personality, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, what are other people's personalities, I guess, that I would be comparing to? Like, if I think of my girlfriend, I feel like her personality is, or I wouldn't even say it was music, because I know she loved music, but she doesn't make as much now. But I wouldn't say that was like her personality. Like, there's so much to her. There's like her passion for helping people, her caring for people, her priority in her family, as well as being respected and understood. And she's way more political than I am, and much more for the good side, by the way. You know what? And I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna let you decide what side that is for you. But like way more outspoken, and like she has all of these things that kind of envelop what makes her her. And I'm like, I wonder if someone outside of me, what would they say that for me? Or would it all just lead to, I want to make money, and I don't want anyone around me to have to work. and also I'm an editor? Like, is that what it is? I mean, I guess from my own perspective, it's hard to tell. I'd have to ask people that have like interacted with me more, but it's just something I think about. Like maybe you think about it too. Like if someone were to describe you, how do you think they would? If they were to describe what your personality is, like, what would that be? I think it's interesting. I when I do, and I plan to do episodes where I have other people talking with me, so it's not just me into the void. Not that I dislike that. Maybe I do it as like a bonus thing as well, but I definitely think I thrive in situations where I have someone to bounce off or someone to talk to as well. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, that's a question I'm honestly curious to ask other people, like what they think about themselves and also where they would place me. Damn, yeah, that sounds kind of fun. But in good news, or semi good news. Damn, I started this with good week, and then I've kind of, as I'm like reading my topics, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I have, they can lead good. But I've been working out more. Yay! Woo! I did that run last week, which I told you guys about. And after that, it kind of like that run kind of killed me low key. But then my girlfriend has been going on walks more frequently. One of my other friends has been working out so consistently, noticing like visual changes within himself, and has maxed out his treadmill or something. So I'm like, okay, I want to, like, they say that every little counts, right? Like 10,000 steps a day. It doesn't even have to be that. 5,000 steps a day is more than 0 steps a day. And with my job at a table, I'm usually getting 0 steps. So I went on a walk today. I was on the phone with my brother, who actually gave me I don't think it was even necessarily a compliment, but I definitely took it as like, that's going to be like top 5 things someone's ever said to me. So it's not even a deep insecurity. It's more been played on as a joke, but I like have never been able to grow facial hair, like, ever. And then I was only able to grow it, but like down like just here. And I wore it with like just this for a long time. And then this started to grow. And one of my best friends said that I looked like KSI, and I was like, oh no, that's bad. So then I started shaving that, and then I was like, oh, my dad was like, he didn't grow like facial hair really until much later. So maybe I just wait till like I just let it grow and wait it out. And then people were like, what is on your face? And I was like, okay. So I definitely have had this deep rooted like fear that my facial hair makes me significantly less attractive, and that I don't look good, and that I'm destined for this to be the best I get, and then it never gets better. But I've experimented with shaving more, less, different lengths, etc., and just like leaving stuff out. And I sometimes I felt good, but then I'd see myself on camera and be like, ew, like, what was I doing? All that to say, my brother on FaceTime today, we hadn't called in a while. He was like, oh, like, I can't remember what he said. He was like, oh, wow, like, look at the beard. Like, it's working out. And in that moment, I was like, okay, this is like years of me being like, it's over. I'm cooked. I'm just going to like, this is the best I'll get. And he was like, yeah, you like, he didn't even say all that. I think it was just some passive comment, but I've taken it in like the deepest parts of my soul. Like, I will never forget this. And that made me feel really good, like random throwaway comments like that. I'm like, this is something I was kind of insecure about. And my personality is very, if someone says something once ever to me, like, even if it's a passive joke, right? Like, if it's like, I think someone made a joke about my smell, and then I went on like a full rabbit hole on like the best deodorant there is, or like I'd find someone who was notoriously known as smelling good, and I would like research what it is, or like, and then I would like shower twice a day. Like, I will, even if it's a passive joke and it's not on purpose, when I hear it, it's hard for me not to think like, okay, they were joking, cool, but what if they weren't? Like, what if this was their way of subtly trying to almost politely let me know, like, oh, your breath stinks. So it's like, boom, okay, whether, I mean, that's more direct, but if they're like, make a joke about like, oh yeah, do you want to, or does anyone here want a mint? Or I'm trying to think of like an example, but for example, that, then it's like, okay, cool. I need to like, I'm buying a new tongue scraper. I'm changing my toothbrush head. This is now my focus, is like making sure that I perfect this thing. So that beard thing from years ago is still hitting me now. And that's what made that compliment hit so well. Anyway, so I just went on a 30-minute walk. It was like 22 minutes walking just while on the phone with my brother. And then 8 minutes jogging downhill. So I walked 22 minutes uphill in my neighborhood. And it was kind of nice. You know, I saw a squirrel. I'll put a picture of that on screen. I saw a squirrel eating a like peach thing. I actually don't know what fruit it was, but he was super cute. And the jog back, I like, my heart rate went up. I felt kind of good. And I was like, yeah, I see why people do this. The walking is definitely better than running. Running made me feel so sick, and it sucks because in high school I used to love running, like all sports. I loved it. So the fact that like I've never been good at long distance, but the fact that I would like, for some reason in my head, I thought, oh, but when you're older and you do long distance, it'll be way easier. Just not true. Not true at all. But yeah, so that run set off my day really well. Then I did a workout too. And I was talking to my brother and I was like, I have a wedding in Scotland next week, or in 2 weeks, right? Every time I know I'm going to Scotland, I like work out more than I ever have. Because I have this fear of being the guy that peaked in high school, where like in the 2 weeks leading up to going to Scotland, I like will never miss an abs day. I'll never miss a workout. Like I'm going to Costco today to like max out my protein intake for the next 2 weeks. So like I was like, I've needed my protein shakes. I ran out of them like 2 weeks ago. But I've been like, oh, it's whatever. Like I can still hit the gym, or it doesn't matter. It's not that noticeable. But as soon as I'm like, oh wait, I'm going to Scotland soon. Like I'm going back, and these people anyone I see there will not have seen me in a year at least. Right. So I'm like, if I'm coming back after a year, I cannot be, what's the word? Glow down. I don't want any of them to think that I've had a glow down. Like I went to America and then they're like, oh, like what happened? That's like a genuine fear of mine. And you know, it may be vain and maybe, pointless, but that's how I've always felt. Like in the time leading up to going to Scotland, I just max out trying to perfect everything and look as good as possible. And that's happening. So that motivated my run. I'm going to be doing more cardio these next 2 weeks, tracking it, setting my wake up alarm for 8 a.m., then 7:45, then eventually, ideally 7:15 a.m. So I can hit the gym before going to work and working on this stuff. And hopefully now I have this to like keep record. Hopefully I will have worked out for 16 times between now and, it's only 2 weeks away. So I guess 8 to 9 times between now and 2 weeks from now. So the episode in 2 weeks, or the episode next week, hopefully you hear me say I did the workouts, and then the week after that, I hopefully did the same thing. Maybe you'll notice a difference, maybe not. I asked my brother if he said I was getting fat, and he said no, and I'm like, I could never tell. My girlfriend would never tell me. I have friends that could tell me too, but even they're kind. But then it's also like maybe when they say no, they just mean it. It's just like all my insecurities kind of countering that. But yeah. So hopefully I look jacked as hell pretty soon. And I'm excited. I love looking good, because whenever I look good, I feel good. And it's like, it's so obvious when you look yourself in the mirror and you enjoy it, versus like when I'm not working out and I'm eating the most, I like struggle to look in the mirror, because I'm like, ugh, what could have been, especially when I have like videos of me when I used to play football, and it's like I have the potential to look like this, and I currently don't. So why don't I? But you know, it's all in stages. I just need to find something that I can do consistently, and I feel like I'm close. You know, I hot take, I removed leg day. I saw a video, this YouTuber Disguised Toast, he's a streamer. I don't think I've ever watched any of his streams, but I love Among Us, which is, it feels crazy to say. It feels like a meme, but it's more, I love the genre of that game. Like there's this game, Blood in the Clock Tower. It's like Mafia, Werewolf, and Among Us is like in that category where I love those like trying to figure out who the imposter is games. Like that's like one of my favorite genres of game to play with friends. And so anyway, I found Disguised Toast through that, and I saw he had a weight loss journey where he started working out. And he was like, the biggest, or one of the big changes that he noticed was like, you need to, a good routine is not is just whatever routine you'll do at that point. And he was like, yeah, like he does not do leg day. He doesn't worry. It's rare people will see his legs, and if they do, it's rare that they'll comment. And he doesn't look specifically top heavy, and it's not like his legs are super skinny. So he knows that he hated leg day, and by doing leg day, he'd be less inclined to work out, which is exactly how I felt. I would go like 6 weeks at a time, not missing a workout, or 4 weeks at a time, not missing a workout. And then it gets to leg day, and I'm like, I just don't want to do leg day. Then I skip it, and then it misses the next one. I'm like, I can't go back until I do leg day, but I don't want to do leg day. So removing leg day actually had me the most consistent. And especially with the running and stuff, or the walks that I'm doing, hopefully that'll like balance that out. But yeah, so that's where I'm at there. We'll see. I just need to figure out what I can consistently do, how I can time it, because it's just, I'm so consistent, and then I get one video that is last minute, or I do something wrong, or I underestimate how long it'll take, and then I'm up till 3 a.m. editing it, and my alarm goes off at 7 a.m. 4 hours later, and I'm like, if I work out, I'm going to cry, and then I'm going to throw up, you know? So I believe in that possibility. I believe in the future where I can just like, I can calmly work out because it's just part of my routine. Like I'm not even thinking like, oh, it's time to work out. It's just like, cool. Like, okay, I can't do this thing because I got to work out, or whatever it is. But I'm excited for that, you know, and having this documented, I can see as it happens. I can see as my arms get way bigger. I can see as my jawline becomes more defined, hopefully, as my facial hair connects better and I learn how to shave better. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I hope all of you guys are doing well and healthy, guys, gals, everything else. Hope y'all are doing good as well. You know, let me know, how are you doing? What are some goals you have that you feel like you could try and do in like a week? That's kind of out of nowhere and not really related to anything I said, but I thought of it and I said it, and I stand by it. How are you doing? I really hope you're doing well. And if not, I hope it gets better very soon. Okay, wait. I'm gonna do the Zade editing question now. I'm seeing it more like the podcast Always Friday, where they kind of got big doing their character bits, and then when the bits were too early, people would watch it and then leave, so they kind of like put it to the end. So I'm kind of doing the questions, like the Zade questions, towards the middle, and then anyone that doesn't care after that can just leave because they don't rock with me, low-key. But all of that to say, we're transitioning into the Zade is okay question segment. Let's get the question up. I did it in advance this time. There won't be a cut between now and me reading the question anymore, because I got the questions up early because I'm built like that. How do you feel about having/cultivating a public presence? What's it like when people you know in person see you online? Sometimes I wish I knew who's sending these questions, because this is such a good question. I feel like I have so much, or I could say so much about it, because I'm like, this is something I've like actively struggled with, and I'm still struggling with, especially like with family. So, okay, I guess I'll how do I feel about having/cultivating a public presence? I feel nervous all the time about it. I think because it feels like, to me, the bigger you are, the more you have to lose at all times. You know, like the better something does for me, when something doesn't match that, or if something goes wrong and all of it's gone, it's like, if I have 100 followers that I really care about and I lose them, it's like, damn, that's 100 people. 1,000 followers that I'm like posting stuff that are supporting me, and I lose that, it's like, damn, that's 1,000 people. And it just gets worse each time. I have 10,000 followers on Instagram, and it's like, I think my pressure for what I can post has just like kind of doubled down, where then I end up posting nothing. Like I haven't posted on that account, I think in a year, maybe almost 2 years since I posted on that account. And it's just like, it feels like there's so many people watching what I do now. And it's like, if the next thing I post isn't funny enough or it isn't good enough, then people are just going to leave or not like me or not rock with me, or they're going to be disappointed. And it's like, there's more people to disappoint. The pro is that one thing I love is sharing what I've done and getting feedback. So the more people that follow and support me, the more people that can see the stuff I make and give me feedback, right? Then it's like, I can make more stuff that you guys enjoy. And then you can give me feedback on how to improve that stuff. Like, oh, like you need to, like the music for this didn't really fit, or like, don't say that kind of joke. Like my fear is that the don't say that kind of joke will lead to everyone leaving and just annihilate everything that I've worked for. Instead of it being like somewhere I just improve. I don't know. This isn't supposed to be some kind of like take on cancel culture or anything like that in the slightest. It's a genuine fear I have. Like seeing people go from like the highest to the lowest points just overnight. It's just like, it's scary, you know? I don't know how to describe it other than it is scary. And I don't think it's crazy to be kind of scared or aware of that. It's very real that there's just a lot more to lose, but I also love the idea of it. Like I love the idea of having an audience. I enjoy stuff I make. Like I love the idea of being able to make cool merch designs or product designs or whatever that people enjoy, like actual things that people are like, oh, I like this thing. I like you / I like your product. And I want to, you know, I like walking past someone wearing merch I designed is like a dream. Like that would be truly awesome. And I believe it's possible. And I believe with this whole 12-week thing, with everything I'm working for, even with this podcast, I am confident something will work out and there will be an audience for the things I do. And I will continue to make cool stuff, improve as an editor, improve as someone making art or anything close to it. And I will be happy. I just know it's just about being happy and living in the moment of everything before then. You know, like right now is the before time where I'm still working and grinding, and it'll always be work. It'll always be a grind. But my hope is that the payoff will be great when I get, you know, I'm like doing a meet and greet or something, you know, and I'm meeting people that enjoy stuff I've done. Like that's like, I don't know if it's selfish or it's high ego, but that's the kind of stuff I'm excited for. Like I look forward to that. And then also obviously the money aspect. My dream, I'm not sure if I said this before, but it's that no one around me works. That like my roommate doesn't need to, or they work voluntarily, because I have enough money like just spare that I can just give them a salary to do whatever they love to do, whether it's writing, music, they're an engineer, like whatever it is. I'd love the money where the people around me can all work for me / with me and be paid really well as a result of that. And then they can also work on their own stuff. So like, you know, all the basics, retire my mom, buy my family a house, you know, all that stuff. Like that's my dream. And I feel like having an audience is definitely like key steps towards that kind of dream and that goal. Like it's something that a lot of people don't want to talk about, but I also think it's very relevant, especially in the current scape of content creation, where it's like, it's kind of becoming automatic and less of like creating something interesting, and it's leaning more towards just creating something that people will watch, and then I can maximize how much I get paid for it. And again, I understand the hustle. That's genuinely what I see as drama channels. Like, I don't respect drama channels, but I also don't think they respect what they do. I don't think they're interested in the drama. I think they see something, they know they will get paid a lot of money by talking about it, and there is an audience of people that don't want to go through Twitter threads to figure out why this drama happened. They just want to watch one video summarizing it. Like, if you compare it to a video, I've been super into the Roman Empire recently, like just history in general, not even specifically the Roman Empire. I'm kind of just like in that period right now, but just history overall has been really, really intriguing to me recently. But even watching those history videos, I'm like the way they describe some of this stuff, I'm like, this is like a drama channel, where it's like the drama channels see themselves as just like they are just summarizing the tale of what has happened in recent events, so that you can watch that video summary and understand and be completely caught up. And again, I don't think, I mean, it's not like they're edited super crazy. It's not like they're breaking new ground or even that entertaining. It's just they have something, they can record it easily, they can get paid for it, and that hustle in existence I respect, but I don't like kind of what it turns everything else into, where it's like good content is blocked or not blocked. Good content is like kind of pushed back as a result of like, you can't just make a good video anymore. It needs to be advertised super specifically well to the right people. And then there's clickbait and all of the, I don't know why my nose is so itchy right now. And then like titles and thumbnails and etc. Like, there's so much more than just like making something good now, which is, you know, I still watch This Guy's Toast Among Us. I think it's art, but I know a lot of people won't. so who am I to say? But on the what's it like when people you know in person see you online, terrifying. Like, and it's like, even talking now, I'm like, oh, what if they see it? But I think it's specifically from people from Scotland. Honestly, I think that's the biggest thing, is that when someone from Scotland, like when I get a notification on my Instagram that's like someone from my high school or something following my account, immediately I'm just like anxious, I'm scared, I'm like, should I be embarrassed? But I'm like, no, I'm proud of what I did. Like, it's cool that you're now able to see this. But with like family, it's like, oh, like my mom is seeing this, should I make this joke? My dad is seeing this, would it be bad if I make this joke? Because I've done that before, where I posted an Instagram story and I think my mom texted me and was like, you need to be careful what you're posting online, like I see this and stuff like that. And it's like, she didn't mean harm for it, like it's genuinely from a good place of like be careful what you post, because when it's up, it's permanent, you know. And I thought it was a funny thing, and I still stand by, I think it was funny. But it was, what she was saying made sense, and that's something that I think about. That's something that I'm like, oh, like, are they gonna see this thing I'm doing? Like, if I like, is it embarrassing for me to promote a show that I worked on? But then I'm like, the show is good, this is funny, I should be proud that I've made it, and if they enjoy it, that's cool, and if not, the chance of me ever seeing them is so low, you know. But it is a little like, I think anything can feel awkward and embarrassing until it works. Like Charli D'Amelio dancing on TikTok, I can imagine was kind of awkward or embarrassing at first, especially like thirst traps, like Chase, I can't remember the name, Chase Damore or whatever. Just like those TikTok thirst trap guys, it's like thirst traps are super embarrassing and uncomfortable until you have 100,000 followers and the comments all love you and think you're hot and you're making money just doing thirst traps, right? So it's like you have to push through that embarrassment to get to the state of like, I don't know, like joy, peace, comfort in what you're doing, and also like for a lot of them, the money that comes with it, or the fame or recognition or whatever, right? Like you can't just like click your fingers and the first thing you post will blow up. Sometimes you get lucky like that, but a lot of the time you have to keep posting things that aren't working until one of them starts to work. And yeah, so like overall feels kind of embarrassing sometimes, but I've definitely gotten a lot better where I feel more comfortable knowing that like, having this out there, if it's something I'm proud of, it's likely that a lot of other people will enjoy it too. And then the people that don't enjoy it, if I know you in person, it can feel a little more awkward, like if I'm actively seeing you. But if I'm not going to see you, or it's like I'm going to see you occasionally, or it's not going to be the only thing we talk about for the rest of our lives, then it's like, what's the harm? You know, like I can, wow, I feel like, yeah, I've never really had that perspective before, but now I'm like, yeah, I could live with that. Like, it's truly not that deep at the end of the day. I keep like talking and backing up and then having to bring it forward. I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you very much for the question. Hope I answered it to your liking, and I appreciate it. As always, to submit questions, the link is in the description below. I'm going through them working backwards, so I'm going from the most recent up to the ones that I missed from like up to 2 years ago. But yeah, thank you very much for the question. That was a really good question. Next question I got: be real with me, my brother. Are you black? Be real with me, my brother. You eating a block-sized cheese or a cheese-sized block? Okay, so is the block like, what's the block? Is the block like I know a block of cheese is like a scale metric, right, for how big a cheese block is, but then what would a cheese-sized block be? Is this like a Minecraft block? Is this like what's the block entity? I guess this is, see, I feel okay. So the other thing is, I don't like a block-sized cheese. See, I don't like eating cheese straight. I think anything too I don't know, it's like saturated, any flavors too saturated, like salty, like I know a lot of people like really salty things are like, it just makes, I hate that. Like cheese is like the purest form is just too much for me. Like super sweet things too, it's just like it gets too much for me really, really quickly. So eating a block of cheese, I'm trying to figure out what is a cheese-sized anything and what is the block that I would be consuming that's a cheese size. So like, is the average, like, are we talking shredded cheese? That'd be like that. No. What? Okay. Damn, this is actually stressing me out. And I'm like wanting to do the math, but I know I don't have time to. But I'm also like, what is a block? Like, what would a block of something be? Okay. Cheese-sized block. Final answer, because I want to find out what that is. Like if it appears or if someone brings it to me, I want to know what that is and I want to eat it. Or I don't want to eat it, but I want to experience what that is, and then I guess I have to eat it because that's what I picked. Cheese-sized block. Thank you very much for the question. Also a great question. It made me ponder my reality. So thank you. Yeah, those are the questions I'm going to do today. 48 minutes. Okay, we got time for another topic, which is kind of emphasizing on the Roman Empire thing I was saying before about history. I'm also really getting into philosophy, and I can't quote stuff. I'm reading, what was it called? Okay, I was reading or listening to an audiobook of Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, which is a book, it's kind of just like a diary where he's writing it for himself. It wasn't written to be published. He's just writing it for himself. For context, this is a Greek philosopher. And I guess, he was a ruler of Rome at the time, I believe. You know what? Don't quote me on this. I'm just locking in now. But anyway, this guy is like from 2,000 plus years ago is writing about his life, what he's learned from his family, his friends, the people around him, and how, according to him, like to keep going and to be a good person, like what does that look like? Why does one strive to be one, and all of that? And reading and listening to it, I really feel like I'm rethinking my perspective on a lot of things. Like it's made me enjoy things more. It's made me honestly, I feel like a little less stressed about money, because I'm like, at the end of the day, like this money should serve me. I shouldn't serve money, right? But I have a lot of hyperfixations where I'm super locked into something for a month, maybe a month and a half, and then it slowly dwindles down as I get more busy and don't focus on it. Then a new hyperfixation will come up, and then it's like all I watch, all I think about, all I talk about. And right now it's Rome, the Roman Empire, Greek, Greek philosophy. Like I watched the movie 300 because of this. I was looking, so I was also super into the British monarchy, where I was like, oh, like how do you, like, what is being a king? How did they get there? Scotland used to have a monarchy, and then that kind of like dwindled away, and it's like I want to see this stuff. So then I put a bunch of movies in my watch later to kind of like grasp and see what other people's perspective of it is. And 300 was one of them. Awesome movie. Such a good movie. It's the movie that has the I am Sparta, like that line with the kick. I didn't realize until my girlfriend said it that it was that movie, and then like it was just so awesome. It's shot super cool. The story is awesome. That movie is great. If you haven't watched 300, or you've watched and you haven't watched in a while, rewatch that movie. It's so awesome. I mean, I'm biased because I'm super into the Roman stuff right now, but even with that, I'm just like, this is such a cool movie. It's so, it makes me just want to like, I just wish I had the power to like experience history, future and past, in like Minecraft spectator mode, where I can watch and view anything, and I can hear and understand every language as well. I'd have to do that, otherwise I would have no idea what's going on. But I could just like see and experience things with no consequences, where I'm not like trapped there and I'm not like interacting. I can't change anything, for example, but I want to be able to just like I can like dial back time. You know, it's crazy. For a sec I thought by doing that maybe it would work. Anyway, I thought I could. Okay, I tried again. It didn't work. Dial back time. No. But yeah, I'd love to be able to just like dial back time and be able to like pick any point in time, forward or back, and like just like see what they were like, how they talked, like what facts did we get wrong? Like I want to see dinosaurs. Like how close were we to like what they looked like, and their sounds and all this stuff. Is just so interesting to me, and I feel like it sucks that we'll never know things like 100%. Like almost everything is based on theory or pattern or and it's like, you know, good information based on that, but all we can do is guess and then try to back up our guess or prove our guess. But when it's stuff like history, it's like, did they say this? Did they do this? Like we see a piece of art from history, but do we interpret it the same way that they did or they would have? How language completely dictates how different those things are. I don't know. It's I don't know why I'm stopping myself, as if it's like you guys are mad that I'm talking about this. As I emphasize as much as I want, I can talk about whatever I want. But yeah, that stuff I could go on forever. It's just so interesting to me. And I like every little decision that someone has made, including writing that book, has dictated to me being right here in front of this camera, and for you to be listening to me right here in front of this camera. And yeah, it's just such an awesome movie. And to follow up on that, F1. I watched F1. It finally came out on streaming. Oh yeah, I'm not a theater guy. I don't like movies. I know. The tomatoes, hold them back. In the UK, I could enjoy them because it was like only $5. But in America, movie tickets are like $28. I'm not paying $28. It's always too cold, always too loud. I think I have sensitive hearing. But yeah, movie theaters are always too loud. I don't like hearing people talk that I don't know in theaters, right? Like if it's like, if I'm watching movies with my friend, then it's like a different intention, right? On a Discord call where we're making jokes or whatever, like no one's super focused. But in a theater watching it, I'm just hearing like someone's kid like yelling in the background. No, already ruined the experience for me. Also, I can't pause it. I can't get a drink. I can't go pee. It's just like the movie is playing and I've paid and that's it. I've lost control now. The whole big screen thing has never hit for me. I watch a lot of movies on my phone and I really enjoy them. So yeah, I waited till F1 came out on streaming. Awesome movie. So good. It's so good. There's some scenes in that movie I'm like, this is just so well executed. The music in that movie is great. It's shot super cool. The camera work is amazing. I love the story. It's very like, it's witty. It's entertaining. I'm sorry, I'm not spoiling anything, by the way. But yeah, definitely if you haven't watched that, it's on streaming now. So I think it's on Apple TV. I didn't use Apple TV. But yeah, it's super good. I think you should definitely watch it. Highly recommend. And yeah, I think we'll end there. Decent week. Some disappointments, some highs, some good times. I'm about to go to Costco, maybe get some food. There's this chicken place I'm sure I'll talk about later in another episode of the podcast that I love, called Gultong Chicken in LA. Slept on, but it's peak. I'm not sure why my face is so itchy right now. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Question links are down below if you want to leave me some questions. I genuinely appreciate every single one of you that watches these videos. If it's on in the background, if it's on while you're working out, if you watch the first 5 minutes, the fact that you watch anything I make, I truly appreciate. And I hope you have a great week, and I will see you guys next week. And I am doing pretty okay. I'd say I'm an 8 right now. Yeah, 8 out of 10. I feel pretty good. All right, goodbye.